Daniel Radcliffe está de volta aos ecrãs no seu primeiro papel depois da saga de Harry Potter. Em A Mulher de Negro, dá vida a um jovem advogado que acaba por descobrir os segredos de uma aldeia assombrada por uma mulher de identidade desconhecida. O ator estreia-se no género. O filme promete alguns sustos e uma viagem na história.
During afternoon tea, there's a shift in the air, a bone-trembling chill that tells you she's there. There are those who believe the whole town is cursed, but the house in the marsh is by far the worst.
Baseado no romance de Susan Hill, A Mulher de Negro chega agora aos ecrãs do cinema. Arthur Kipps é um jovem advogado a quem é confiada a tarefa de resolver as questões legais de uma propriedade numa pequena aldeia. O ator Daniel Radcliffe dá vida a este personagem, a quem o desgosto de ter perdido a mulher fez perder a capacidade de sorrir.
I didn't see the film, nor did I see the play that's been running for a long time as well, simply because I know that I like to copy. Subconsciously I imitate things, so I didn't want to, risk, copying one of their performances and give my own instead. In terms of preparation, I spoke to a grief counsellor and then I read a couple of books just on grief and loss to sort of get a sense of what my character would be feeling. And, not that I can ever fully imagine myself into the head of a grieving widower, but just to give myself as much information as possible so that when I'm on set, my choices can be informed by that information.
In this movie, you are the father of a child, and in real life, he's your godson.
My godson, yeah. He's lovely. I mean, I felt it would be very helpful for me to have a boy who knows me and who I know to play my son, because it's very hard to fake that relationship and that chemistry, that natural chemistry you have with a young boy. You look just like your mother. So yeah, that was really, really helpful, and I think will help everyone kind of buy into the father-son relationship of the film.
It was demanding for you.
It was really about, taking away a lot of my natural energy that I have. It was about sort of taking that out completely of the character, because he isn't somebody who has this, mad energy that I have. He's had all that drained from him by the tragedies in his life. So that was kind of one of the challenges for me.
Why did you decide to do The Woman in Black after Harry Potter?
Partly, mainly just because the script was so good. I read the script and I was just going, wow, this is fantastic. This is it's a compelling story. It's haunting. It's really very scary. And yeah, that's what it came down to. And then I met the director, and it was clear to me that we could make a film not just about making people jump, but about a comment on death and grief and the grieving process, really.
Mais do que um filme de terror, A Mulher de Negro é também uma história sobre uma época onde as superstições regiam o modo de vida. Através dos detalhes visuais e sonoros, o realizador James Watkins transporta o público para a atmosfera do século XIX, onde as sombras e as cores de outros tempos ganham uma dimensão contemporânea.
Whenever she's been seen, something horrible happens.
Well, I wanted to make a ghost story, and for me a ghost story is about what you can imagine, and rather than the recent spate of very graphic, gory slasher horror films, we wanted to do something that was about what you can't quite see. We thought that'd be more interesting in many ways.
Who's there?
It's all about shadows, really having very, very light spots and dark spots, and ideally you want people sort of peering and leaning in and looking into the frame. Did I just see that? What was that? There's real depth in the image as well. So that's a real part of the strategy of helping the audience's imagination to really start to work in terms of the film.
James is a really smart, exciting young director who I think is going to go on and do, even greater things in this. I think he's made a great, very classy, visually I think stunning British horror movie that I think people will sit up and take notice of his work in here.
Would you see this movie?
Yes, I would. I mean, I don't look forward to seeing it because I'm in it, but yes, I absolutely would see it. I mean, it is a scary movie. I don't recommend you go alone. You definitely going to need a friend there for support. But it is, yes, it's a scary movie, but I think it's one people will enjoy.
Em breve, Daniel Radcliffe interpretará Allen Ginsberg, um poeta norte-americano que marcou toda a geração beat. O filme está ainda em pré-produção. Por agora, cabe-lhe a tarefa de descobrir a identidade da mulher de negro.
What she wants is unknown, but she always comes back. The spectre of darkness.
E agora, para aliviar a tensão em casa, tenho um filme para toda a família. Chama-se Viagem ao Centro da Terra 2, a Ilha Misteriosa. É a continuação da primeira aventura, mas em vez de Brendan Fraser, temos agora o The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, a liderar o grupo. O jovem Josh Hutcherson mantém-se no elenco, mas mais crescido. E a pescar o olho a Vanessa Hudgens, que também pertence ao elenco desta aventura. A Janela Indiscreta falou com estes dois jovens atores em Paris a propósito do lançamento deste novo filme.
Here's the deal. A few nights ago, a radio signal got sent out from these coordinates. It could be the mysterious island that Jules Verne wrote about.
You think you're gonna travel halfway around the world and meet up with some lunatic who's messing around on ham radio?
It's not some lunatic. It's my grandfather. He's been looking for Mysterious Island for over half of his life.
Já passaram 4 anos desde a primeira aventura. Viagem ao Centro da Terra 2, a Ilha Misteriosa, traz de volta parte do elenco original, agora reforçado por algumas caras novas. O jovem Josh Hutcherson mantém a mesma personagem, Sean, e é o primeiro a reconhecer que muito mudou desde a primeira fita.
A lot has changed. I've grown up quite a bit, and Sean, my character, has as well. The technology's really improved a lot from the first movie to this movie. So, working with the 3D in the first one was a bit of a challenge, and in this movie, it was very easy, and we didn't have to really adjust anything for it.
It was amazing. I mean, showing up to work every day was just a bit of a surprise. There was just something new going on all the time, and it's just funny. Like, we're all such different actors and have such different backgrounds, so everyone brought like a different energy. But we became a family. I mean, it was such an honor to work with everybody.
This is the daughter that looks like you.
Look, same nostrils.
Who are these guys?
I am a scientific explorer. And he's Hank.
Vanessa Hudgens junta-se ao elenco com um papel de destaque. A atriz dá corpo a Kailani, uma destemida jovem que, com a ajuda do pai, acompanha Sean e Hank na busca pela Ilha Misteriosa. Uma vez chegado ao destino, o grupo descobre um universo mágico, resultado alcançado em parte pelo cenário natural onde foi filmado, no Havaí, mas também pelos efeitos visuais acrescentados em pós-produção.
Not now, Sean. She's scared.
No, she's cold-blooded and attracted to heat.
That's emasculating.
It was a challenge. I mean, anytime you have a green screen involved, you have to use your imagination more so. But it was actually cool because there were a few times where we got to use real creatures. And we actually, when we shot the scene where the small elephant runs up and we pick him up, we actually used a small dog. So there's a little dog that we got to actually interact with. So it wasn't like we had to pretend that we were holding things. So that was nice. But other than that, it was all using your imagination.
You have a rough idea, but Brad Payton like really took this on and just pulls you into his own mind and imagination. And what he's created is something so massive and epic, and I'm so proud of what he did. Like, I really think it's such a fun adventure.
Uma divertida aventura que conduz estas personagens às mais atribuladas situações. Uma delas ocorre debaixo d'água. Josh Hutcherson e Dwayne Johnson protagonizam uma dessas cenas.
I had to get scuba certified for this. I think Vanessa was already scuba certified because she's got it like that. But yeah, I had to get scuba certified, which is something I always wanted to do. So that was kind of a good excuse, and it was amazing. I know when Dwayne and I were on top of the Nautilus trying to open the hatch, they'd actually built a Nautilus underwater in this like big tank that they had built, and it was incredible. But there were times we were actually underwater for almost an hour, and we didn't have oxygen tanks on us. We had to like just go over and take a breath from the hose, and then get back and do the scene, and then keep on doing that. So it was kind of crazy. crazy.
It was amazing. I mean, for so many reasons. Like, me and Josh get along incredibly. Like, we've become such good friends, and we're just having the best time and using the environments, like swinging on the vines in the jungle, and then looking over and seeing Michael Caine talking to Luis Guzman, telling about his first time he went to Vegas, and then Dwayne off doing something. It was such an interesting mix, and everybody was just so loving. It was awesome.
Is this the radio you use to send the signal?
You know how long it took me to make it, Henry?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a little less than. Who cares?
3 months. You know how long it would have taken someone like you? Ooh. Forever.
Reflexo do ambiente vivido durante as filmagens, e uma das maiores surpresas dos bastidores vem mesmo da parte de Michael Caine. O consagrado ator, que em breve completa 80 anos de idade, parece que tem gostos bastante atuais, pelo menos no que à música diz respeito.
It's very true. I mean, he's almost 80 years old, and he was singing Katy Perry and Lady Gaga and Beyonce. Yeah, it was pretty impressive. Yeah, he's this thing where he was like, because like Beyonce, and if his single lady song, Michael, like, if you want to touch it, you should have put a ring on it. So like, he kind of
touch it, you should have put a ring on it.
See, mine was not even a British accent. See
yes,
that?
I know.
If we get torn to bits, I'm blaming you.
Way to slay the heart. Getting the attention of a woman is one of the hardest things to do. So you have got to do this.
What is that?
The peck pop of love. Now go on and throw a berry. Boom!
E vamos continuar com uma doce